Be Wealthy and Smart, episode 1594.
Step into a world of wealth and financial freedom without budgets, boredom, or bosses on Be Wealthy and Smart. And now, here's your host, Linda P. Jones.
Welcome to Be Wealthy and Smart. I'm Linda P. Jones, America's Wealth Mentor, empowering women and men worldwide to financial freedom. On today's show, we're going to talk about inflation being lower than expected. That's right, core inflation, watched by the Fed, came in at 2.8%. This was measured by the Core Personal Consumption Expenditures Price Index. And the Commerce Department said Friday in a report delayed by the government shutdown that gives a further green light for the Federal Reserve to lower interest rates. The Core PCE Price Index jumped 0.2% monthly, while the annual rate, as I said, was 2.8%. That was in line with Dow Jones consensus, but the annual level was 0.1 percentage point lower. The core annual rate edged down from 2.9% in August. In addition, headline PCE increased 0.3% for the month, putting the annual inflation rate also at 2.8%, according to the department's Bureau of Economic Analysis. Both of those readings were in line with expectations, though the annual rate was up 0.1 percentage point from August. Federal Reserve officials use the PCE price index as their primary policy tool for inflation. While officials look at both measures, they generally consider core a better indicator of long-term inflation trends. Scott Helfson, Global X's head of investment strategy, said, "The slightly stale September inflation report shows that prices remained reasonably stable during tariffs and healthy consumer spending. This probably provides further air cover for the Fed to cut interest rates in December." Goods prices surged 0.5% on the month, and services prices were up just 0.2%. Food rose 0.4%, while energy was up 1.7%. The report also showed the personal savings rate was unchanged from August at 4.7%. The release was put off several weeks by the government shutdown, which had caused a halt to all data collection and economic reports. In addition to the inflation figures, the release provided information on income and spending. Personal income rose 0.4% in the month, while spending was up 0.3%. Income was 0.1 percentage point above the forecast, while spending was 0.1 percentage below the forecast. Odds of a rate cut when the Fed reconvenes next week held at 87.2% following the report, according to CME Group's FedWatch gauge. The interest rate decision will be announced Wednesday. Though the September data is backward-looking, it is the last price reading the Fed will get before its monetary policy meeting next week. However, policymakers have been unusually divided in what the next steps should be for rates. One FOMC faction supports additional cuts as a way to head off further weakness in the labor market, while another sees continued threats from inflation that would require holding rates in a more restrictive position. Recent labor market indicators show a slow pace of hiring, with some private data points exhibiting an increasing level of layoffs. Labor Department data, though, actually showed a decline last week in initial unemployment benefit claims. A separate economic report Friday showed consumer sentiment a bit better than expected to start December. And the University of Michigan's consumer survey came in at 53.3, up 4.5% from November, and better than the Wall Street estimate for 52. Inflation expectations also dropped, with the one-year view falling to 4.1%, and the 5-year at 3.2%, both at their lowest level since January. So that's good news on the inflation front. We were expecting that 0.25% cut next week. Looks like we're going to get it. And inflation is just 2.8%. So that's good news, and we'll continue to monitor this and report back to you as the economic news continues to unfold. If you haven't yet subscribed to Be Wealthy and Smart, hit the subscribe button and you'll be notified as soon as new podcasts are available. And all of my podcasts are on my website at lindapjones.com/podcasts. And while you're there, sign up for my weekly newsletter for more wealth tips for your financial freedom. That's all for today. Until next time, live the good life and be wealthy and smart.
Thank you for listening to Be Wealthy and Smart with Linda P. Jones. Share the wealth and tell your family and friends about the show. Check out our website, blog, and social media for more riches at www.bewealthyandsmart.com.